Hello, Brizzy here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby 64. In the previous episode, we started off our explorations of Star, and I also talked about the fact that this kind of resembles a familiar planet, and now let's talk about that. Star is canonically a post-apocalyptic Earth that's been frozen over. So, it's been implied in the game's manual and things like that, that might not be the manual, but something close to that. It's been implied in the game's lore that this planet used to be inhabited by people who had to leave after the conditions on the planet became too much for people to stand and things like that. So, this is a post-apocalyptic Earth, and that's kind of morbid for a Kirby game. But it also leads to some pretty interesting theories as well. Also, press down on the D-pad when you're ducking on those platforms so you can pass through them. I remember when I was a kid, I was stuck on that for a little while because I couldn't remember for the life of me how to take care of that. This right here, this is what we're going to need Stone Needle for, so we can fire off a drill over there. That's basically what you'll want to do. I believe this is the only ability that will work with that, so you definitely want to keep that in mind. There's also one of the only levels in the entire game that's going to require 2 sets of specific combinations to get all the crystal shards in it. But luckily, the other one we will need is going to be located a little bit later in the level. We will be able to find the other abilities later. That's what I'm trying to say. So going back to the Star thing, I would like to talk about a theory that I have. So this isn't the only Nintendo franchise that canonically takes place after humans go extinct or leave Earth or whatever. Pikmin is also the same situation, and so is Splatoon. Which begs the question, which one takes place first? So we don't know exactly how much time has passed in this one, but we do know the Splatoon takes place in like 10,000 years after humans go extinct. And Pikmin is implied to take place longer than that, because of how the Earth has changed, because in Pikmin 3, the colonists resemble Pangea Ultima, which is a scientific prediction on what Earth will look like millions of years into the future. So, with that in mind, my theory is that Kirby 64 takes place first. This one takes place first, so pretty soon after humans go extinct, because all the machinery is still turned on here, which implies that they left relatively soon. Splatoon takes place afterwards, because with that, it's possible that the Earth's conditions went back to a livable habitat, and during the era of Kirby 64, the Inklings were still evolving from the squids, and it wasn't until after the Earth thawed that they became able to go under the surface. This might also explain why we haven't really seen a whole lot of frozen climates in this Splatoon world. We have seen some snow environments and artwork, but never in-game. So, Kirby 64 might take place first, and then Splatoon, and then Pikmin. That's my personal theory. So, if you have any other theories about the order of things, or if there's another Nintendo franchise that also takes place in post-apocalyptic world, let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested. No! We are dead. Oh my god, I never noticed that before. That's such a sad death animation. Back to where we were a moment ago. Now we'll be going over this way. And that's basically all that I had to say about that. And that's also kind of the reason why I didn't really go into those theories in the previous episode. Because during the field recording, I did. And we were just kind of sitting on the title screen, on the world map select screen for a little longer than I would have liked. So, in that respect, I guess I am kind of glad that the original recording session failed miserably. That's kind of the thing that kind of sucks about Let's Playing, honestly. Because, like, well, actually, I just want to say sucks, because it can be a good thing, too. Because, like, if you have limited free time, it really does suck when you have to, like, re-record the thing. But if it wasn't going smoothly at all, then it might be better to just wait another day to try again. Because, like, I'm having a lot better luck now, and the original recording session for this wasn't really all that entertaining to watch or anything like that. So I'm kind of glad that I kind of scrapped it. But I will say, it is kind of obnoxious that it seems like every recording session with Kirby 64 has suffered the same fate. Because, like, we've had to record, like, half the recording sessions for this game so far. But, it's not the point. The point is to have fun and to drink eggnog. Alright, so we have the first of the abilities that we're going to need for the next crystal shard. So we'll continue onwards. We're gonna want to be careful with this. Actually, I have this. I'm gonna guess now. So now that we have the cutter ability, we want to be careful. And continuing on the thing about this being like a post-apocalyptic Earth, look in the background right here. We've seen already some animals in test tubes before, but there's a cat over there, which also kind of leads into my theory about this and Splatoon take place in the same world. Because in Splatoon, we have already seen Judd was like a character, well, and also there's the witch that we saw in the background in the past couple world levels as well. But where am I going with this? I had a point, I swear. I'm sorry, I kind of get sidetracked a lot. Judd was a character who's canonically, at least until Splatoon 3, we don't know if there's anything going to be different in that game yet. But in Splatoon series, Judd is one of the only mammals left on Earth because they were preserved in like a test tube thingy and was rewoken in the modern world. So we saw a cat in the background over there, so if this in Splatoon took place in the same world, does also imply that there are other mammals in Splatoon 3. We kind of have a hint that that might be the case with what we've seen in the story mode in Splatoon 3 so far, but I don't want to go into too many theories right now because the game hasn't been released yet. It's only a couple months away at this point, so I'd rather not talk about it right now. So, it may seem silly to leave behind the crystal shard, but trust me. And I'm going to set a restore point right here, against my better judgment. Because there we go. Because this thing right here can be a little bit of a jerk or something. There we go. Okay, that wasn't bad. And now, we have the double-edged lightsaber! Woo! What? Okay, the thing disappeared, but okay, that's where the crystal shard is, and now you know how to get the abilities. I don't feel like trying to collect it anymore because I kind of want to get this level over with, because this area right here kind of sucks. But going back to this real quick, I wanted to talk about this form of Kirby. Now, I don't think this has a official canon name or anything like that, so I've been thinking about that lately. What would this form of Kirby be called? And I've been thinking about it, and this is kind of inspired by Star Wars: The Phantom Menace with the double-edged lightsaber with Darth Maul and all that fun stuff. So, what if this was Phantom Kirby? That'd be a fun name, right? Phantom Kirby? It sounds epic, it sounds awesome, and he has like a double-edged lightsaber, which is also really cool, so yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of. This area over here also kind of reminds me of the Toy Story 2 game, honestly, because the environment itself is kind of has like a similar color scheme to the airport infiltration level, but the black and yellow stripes also makes me think of the construction site level. And I guess it kind of makes sense because this game did came out around the same time that the Toy Story 2 game did. So this right here, this can be like pretty jerkish enemy placement because with those cannonballs in the background, it can be a little bit hard to see. But we also have this area. That area over there on the right, that is a trap. It's going to crush you. Don't go towards it. Back. Okay. Okay, we probably would have had time to go over there, but I don't want to risk it because I died in this area way too many times and I cared to admit on the film recording. Also, the hitboxes for getting crushed in this area can kind of not be too great. I believe this right here is going to be our safe spot. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Great. Awesome. Beautiful. Great. Awesome. Outstanding. Amazing. But as we go back across this area, can we talk about the music in this level? Because this music has no right to be as epic as it is. This is awesome. This is genuinely one of my favorite songs in the entire game, and I don't really hear a lot of people talk about it. So, I wanted to bring attention to the song because, like I said, it is one of my favorite songs in the entire game. So, I don't think it would quite be like the first level theme, because that one's also really fun, and that's what I usually have playing whenever I'm playing a Kirby stage in Smash Brothers. So, yeah, those two are like my top 2 favorite songs in this game. Okay, wait for the thing to go down. Remember, children, crushing platforms always have the right of way. Alright, continue onwards. Okay, cool. Awesome. Setting a restore point because I'm cheap and I don't want to lose another life in this area. You'd be able to learn not to set a restore point in the middle of recording, considering what happened in the previous episode. But that's neither here nor there. I don't actually know if I'm using the phrase right. You can't get me, you can't get me. Alright, so let's destroy... Never mind. Let's do this, and now... Haha! We are super amazing, and I like going like this quickly because, like, it kind of looks like Kirby is doing like a river dance right there. There's also another spark enemy. Okay, why are all the spark enemies in this level after the crystal shard where you need spark for it? That's kind of bad. Okay, we got a 1-up right there. And this right here, you want to be careful, because there's going to be some bulldozers trying to destroy your beautiful face. And you want to be careful, because being squished is not a good pastime, as much as people would try to say otherwise. If anyone tries to tell you that getting squished is a good pastime, you might want to look for new people to hang out with. Okay, over here is going to be our final crystal shard. Wow, we actually didn't get that one. Oh, now we did, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, crystal shard over here. Honestly, I've never been able to get that one without dying, so that's kind of not a good thing. I've never been able to get that without dying. I kind of don't really know how, because no matter how fast I'm going, I can never make it back over here before getting squished by the bulldozer. Although, can we talk about how cute the robots are that are controlling those bulldozers? Are super adorable. But what's also super adorable is having super amazing electrical power. And now we finished the level, and I desperately need the tomato. And with that, one more level to go. Let's do this. And now it's boss time! And you may notice I died a couple times because I'm a big dummy head. So, what we want to do, we want to have the missile ability and things like that, and then go like that. If you can do it time just right, you can inhale the thing and be able to eat both rocks to deal double damage. So, it might actually be a little bit beneficial to not have a copy ability because that kind of seems like it does damage quicker. But if you also have something like Firework or the Freeze ability, that might also help you be able to defeat this quickly. So, if you're lucky, you can beat this enemy pretty quickly. But if you have like the worst luck in the world and things like that, you might be here a little while. So we're doing pretty well so far. We're still at full health. We haven't taken any damage yet. And you only have like one thing of HP left, so we should be good. Jump over this attack, otherwise it'll slam you against the ground, which is not going to be very nice. And now you're moving on to Phase 2. This boss fight, by the way, their name is officially HRH, I believe. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a reference or anything. I don't know what it's supposed to be for. But something else that's pretty interesting is this boss fight kind of reminds me of one of the minigames from Thrivel Off the Rails. I don't know how many people remember that game, but it's like a park simulation game where you can make roller coasters that kind of went off the track and things like that. It was kind of an interesting game, but it was nowhere near as good as like Roller Coaster Tycoon. But there were like a lot of minigames in that game, and one of them was this one like platformer thing. I don't know if it was a platformer or an RPG. It's been a little while since I played the game, but the boss fight in that game kind of reminds me of this. So for this part, stay to the left of the screen. Stay to the left of the screen. Okay, we took a little bit of damage right there, but it wasn't too bad, because I honestly don't remember off the top of my head how you're supposed to be able to do that without taking damage. Alright, let's do this. Come on. One more thing of HP. One more thing of HP. One more thing of HP. Okay. And okay, we didn't do that correctly, but we should be okay. Come on, do the missile attack. Do the missile attack. Wrong missile attack. Wrong missile attack. It kind of seems like something that could be counterattacked, but I don't know if that's the case. Okay, let's do this. Missile attack. Wrong missile attack! Come on, do the thing I want you to do. You're not doing the one I want you to do. Come on. You have one thing of HP left. Be destroyed already. Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Ah, that's a little nerve-wracking. But we did it. We destroyed the robot, and now we'll get the crystal shard. With all that, we have one more world left. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Kirby 64. In the next episode, it's going to be the end game. Next time, Litigator to you. Oh yeah.